How did you learn to communicate your needs? Regarding indecision, I usually tell people I don't know and quat. So if someone asked what I would like for dinner tonight and they gave me two different options, spaghetti or pizza, and I want both, I usually tell them I don't know. Once I have decided, I tell them what I would like. Now if they told me to hurry up and make a decision and quat, I pick something randomly. This is something that I recently learned. Therapy taught me how to do it, what was holding me back, and that it was okay to do despite how the other party might react. Therapy. I didn't really know what I was needing until I started going to therapy and organizing my thoughts. Now I've been confident enough to communicate them because I know exactly what I need. I was tired of putting the needs of others before mine. It left feeling uneasy or suffering one way or another. I had to find my voice and I'm glad I did. Lol, is that a thing? I just assume I'm wrong to want things I don't have and then figure out how it's my fault. Therapy helped a lot. I had to learn how to communicate my needs, but also how to know what I need. I started small with saying small things that I needed out loud to people in my life, to see how they responded. It has been mostly positive, but it's still tough to tell people what I need. It's a process. I watched my mother never have open and honest conversations about anything important. She was and is incapable of healthy communication. I grew up never wanting to be like her. Practice. Out loud. You can do it in your brain, but it's still a different story when you say it out loud. The signal has farther to travel to your mouth and the quality degrades. Lol, you do it once, and possibly suck at it, but learn that it wasn't as bad as you thought it would be. Over time, you get confident in your new skill and soon you'll be an inspiration to others. I'm better at it in text. I have time to consider my wording, I don't have to worry about over-emotionally reacting, and I have receipts for when someone inevitably tells me that I never asked or told them about it. Read the book The 4 Agreements. It's short and so insightful. Works for both communication in both my personal and professional life. Also, I think it helps. I'm in my 40s and have learned a lot of lessons. They eat steak with sour cream? Maybe in like a stroganoff. Stroganoff. Come on, spell check, help me out. Stroganoff. God damn it. Okay, Google says the first one was right. You spell check. I have. It was great, but I stopped before it got too bad. As a kid I hated pork chops and used to eat it with sour cream to try and mask the taste. I've had prime rib with horseradish cream, which is basically horseradish, sour cream, seasoning and lemon juice. It's actually very good and I could see it being good with other steaks. So yeah, I get it. Also, horseradish cream mashed potatoes are chef's kiss. No, you heathen. Anything more than salt is an affront to all that is good in the world. Yes? Surprised not a lot of people did that. That actually sounds like a great idea, we'll def try. I don't put it on a grilled steak, but I love mixing in sour cream in a beef stew. Plus it's so good with the potatoes and carrots, I'll even drink the broth when I'm done. I'd try it. I fell in love with blue cheese crumble on steaks. Sour cream is probably decent too. I like cream cheese on steak. Sometimes I cook my steak in caramelized sugar. My husband mixes sour cream and steak sauce to eat steak with. I eat mine with sautéed mushrooms and butter. And people call me a monster for eating well done steak with ketchup. SMH. I eat my steak as is. No dipping, nothing other than spices on top. Though sometimes I'll use a piece to scoop up mashed potatoes. In a burrito mainly, but any Mexican beef dish if it's there I'll eat it. Interesting. I don't eat much steak, but if I do, I might try it. No, but I've had sour cream and potatoes with steak. It's good. I would definitely eat it. Cream is good with literally anything. No, but it sounds good. My steak sauce of choice is blue cheese dressing with lots of pepper. The real deal with actual blue cheese crumbles. No, but I do not kink shame. I'm just really weirded out right now. My sister, one of several, eats her steak this way. When we eat out, she actually orders a side of sour cream with her steak. I've never known anyone else to do that. I've done it. It's surprisingly great. The sour cream really sets off the taste of the steak. What slang terms are a dead giveaway to where you are from? Referring to people as sheep or sheeple and quat. In my experience I have never heard a decent person use that phrase. Slang? Nah, Philly doesn't have any of that, John. I don't know where this originally is from, but when I grew up in Albuquerque I remember people would always say, oh, yes, to mean stop lying. Bless your heart and quat. Old lady in the southern US. Edit, year to year. Not so much slang, but I think calling a certain form of sandwich a grinder narrows it down a lot. Whalep slaps knee and stands up. I suppose I should get going. Oregon. When. It's so common it's what we call each other. Ye'd know you're a when anyway and quat. Oop. As in oop. Let me just squeeze past you here! Exclamation mark and quat. Grew up with oofta. Now it's poppy, mommy, and boss. Oh yeah, nah yeah, he's a fucking sick. Bruise. Fixing to make groceries. And quat. A friend from Louisiana used to say this when she was going to the grocery store. Minging. A yup me duck. Cobb. Don't throw a Marty. In it, wagwan, safe, or my personal favorite. Suck your dead great-grand through your dad's batty crease, rude boy. It's colder than a witch's out here. Wicked as a synonym for very. For example, it's wicked cold today. Sigh, deadass yo facts be word to my mother, on everything young blood, word to my Tim's bro. There's more if you haven't figured it out. Lush, cooch, tidy, and the greatest saying of all time, now in a minute and opos. Mate and bro also sometimes, what in the, are ya doing dipshit? Give your, A tug. Pitter patter, let's get it. I grew up pretty close to where Tay creator of Letterkenny did, close enough that local place names show up in the show. I hear brick meaning very cold is New York slang. What are your reasons for not giving up? I have an obligation to outlive my parents, they are good people, they don't deserve that. Historically, looking at the population and across time, I have lived a very privileged life. Even in modern day poverty today, I've had more opportunities/experiences and will continue to have more than most people who have ever existed. It doesn't invalidate or take away the suffering, frustration, or pain of my own or others, but it does help put things in perspective. Trudge forward through one valley, over the next trench, and climb the next hill till I collapse. Try to enjoy myself along the way, shrugs / inevitably I'll see peace. I know that life is full of ups and downs, and I've seen people give up during a low point when in hindsight it was so clear that they would have been okay if they had kept pushing just a little longer. I try to remind myself of their tragedies, and all the pain that their decision brought to their loved ones. I would never want to put the people I care about through that, and I want to see what comes next in my story. Honestly, I'm just on autopilot at this point. I have a few people I care about, but my friendships don't tend to last long periods of time. Too introverted to carry on a relationship that's 90% through text, and I don't really have any great attachments to this life otherwise. I don't have the energy to actually commit suicide, but if something happens to come along to kill me, it'll be just kinda May, and I honestly don't think I'd fight too hard to stay alive. As others have said, suicide is too painful / uncomfortable / much effort. Because I've tried unaliving myself a decade or so ago, and realized that it was a stupid thing for me to do. Life was, sure, but focusing on the wrong things, changing my perspective and focusing on myself was the first change which made the most difference. It didn't cure things all of a sudden, but with time it helped me grow and focus on my mental health, physical health and growth. Life is not the best even now, but I'm better equipped to handle it without crying much, since I have decided to only focus on things that actually matter and ignore the rest. Habit and necessity. Frankly, the way things are and have been for a long time now, I'd like nothing more than to check out completely. Doing so would damage my kids, plus they, and the missus are very dependent on me. Would hurt my parents too, saddens me to say, but even that barely gives me the strength to carry on now, not like it used to. I've just gotten used to putting up with it all and continue to exist out of habit, rather than anything else these days. Men have read it. What are some signs that a woman feels comfortable around you? Engaging eye contact, initiating physical contact, laughing alongside you, inviting conversation or bringing up new topics to stay in conversation, asking to spend time together. One not surefire but easy way to tell who is attracted to who in a group setting is if someone cracks a joke. When people laugh in response, they look at the person in the group they are attracted to. Edit. I responded this below to someone. Attracted to in my last sentence does not specifically mean romantically, sexually, etc. It's about interest. Like, you're with a group of your buddies and someone cracks a joke and you glance over at your best friend. Me and my friend went to a concert in another city. We had a pretty big group, mostly guys, but there were 2 girls including my friend, so when we planned out the sleeping arrangements for that night, it was sort of a foregone conclusion that the girls would get their own room, and all the guys would share the other room. We go to the concert, have fun, sweet. As we're going back to our hotel, my friend asks if it would be weird if she slept with me instead. I remember feeling so proud of myself that she trusted me that much, especially because she knew that I had feelings for her, and she didn't feel the same way. Definitely one of my prouder achievements. The strangest, most disturbing, and maybe best compliment I ever received was from my friend's ex about a year after I helped her deal with him cheating on her and leaving her. "You're the only man other than my father that I would trust not to rape me." Needless to say, she had had an incredibly dark, difficult past, and don't think I didn't connect that she dated my friend and didn't include him in the mix. I mean, there's lots of signs for this, and all different levels. Doesn't feel the need to wear makeup, ~facts ~farts around you. Talks about personal stuff to you, anything from period stuff to life stuff. Body language will be a big indicator too. Getting closer, more touchy, seems at ease in your presence, etc. I'm a regular at a gym. I'm friendly with most of the staff, and will make small talk with people I see there. A few weeks ago, a homeless guy was outside shouting aggressively at passersby. 2 female members were sort of loitering around the entrance. When I went to leave, they stopped me and asked if I could walk them to their car. Made me feel amazing how they felt safe and comfortable with me to ask, even though I barely know them.